What is reality? Reality is growing up, watching your alcoholic father beat your mother every time he got drunk and telling you that you're not his real son. Reality is being put in a foster home at the age of 14 because you got kicked out of school for drinking and smoking pot, and you became way too out of control for your mother to handle. Reality is living with the awful guilt that only knowing if you had done what your mother had asked of you, she wouldn't have died in a car accident. Reality is having your children taken away from you because you're too busy putting needles in your arms to take care of them. And reality is letting the woman you love, the mother of your children, sell her body to support you and your drug habit. How do I know that's reality? Because that was me.
Do you know what reality is? Reality is, despite being newlyweds, you are already so numb from the fighting that you are actually relieved you got days without sleeping. Reality is, although you both are working full time, you're struggling to pay the bills and keep food on the table. Instead of helping and borrowing money, he lies and borrows money to purchase drugs. Reality is, you go to a friend's wedding, wake up the next morning in a hotel room, unable to pay the bill because without you knowing, all of the money that you had for that night was spent on booze and drugs. Reality is, in the first year of marriage, your husband, who was once very involved with the church, hardly goes anymore. You are separated more than you are together. And although you're aware of his constant pot smoking and occasional drinking, you only find out about his cocaine addiction when a dealer knocks on your door and tells you that he stole from you. And reality is, while out of town at a family cottage, the planned intervention falls through and you have to confront him by yourself. Because he's been so unpredictable, you call a friend and tell her, if you don't hear from me in 30 minutes, please come. How do I know that's reality? Because that was me.
The reality is, I'll tell you what it is. Reality is stealing money, jewelry, precious heirlooms from your family so you can sell them, so you can feed your addiction. Reality is because of your addiction and your callousness towards your family, your relationship with your father is broken. So much so that when you walk towards each other down the street, he turns his face and looks away at you, what you look like, what you become. Reality is losing your job because you missed 3 shifts because you're on the 4th day of a 5-day crack binge and you don't care. Reality is screaming at and calling your names to your family and almost getting into blows with your father while your mother tells you to ask you please to stop when she gets in the middle of it. Because respecting your parents didn't mean anything to you. The reality is, after a night of partying, you're sitting downtown on a street bench and you scope out an old lady that you're going to go steal her purse from her because you need more money for drugs. So determined, you stand up to go rob this lady. And as you run toward her, you hear a voice tell you, this is not who you are. So you stop. And you shake it off because the need for drugs is more. So you continue on your path to what you were going to do. And as you're just about to reach the lady, you hear the voice again, this is not who you are. And it freaks you out. So much so that you run right past the lady and cry out in shame. How do I know this is reality? Because this was me.
You want to know reality? Reality is that you try committing suicide by driving 110 kilometers an hour into a cement pit just because you're stressed out. You want to know reality? You have to sleep in a tent in your parents' backyard just because you're not accepted in their house or anywhere else. You want to know reality? You and your friends beat a guy so bad that the cops can't even tell if it's a male or female. You want to know reality? You spend 2 years in Christian recovery to just straighten out your life, and only 2 weeks after you graduate, you go back to drugs and alcohol. You want to know reality? Your son's born, you cut the umbilical cord, and only hours later you're making excuses to run out and go to drugs. How do I know that's reality? Because that was me.
You want to know what reality is? Reality is having a close relationship with your son, but going long periods of time without knowing what it is. Reality is being scared every time the phone rings because you don't know if he's dead or alive. Reality is having your son come home one morning with his head split open and empty staples holding his shut. Reality is watching your son losing interest in his passion of sports because of his addiction to drugs and lust. And reality is your son calling you, asking you to pick him up from the drug house and bring money so that you can pay his drug bill. How do I know that's reality? Because that was me.
Although we've all had different realities, we have all been changed by the same truth. Truth is, since going to Teen Challenge, my life has changed for the better. Truth is that on February 9th, 2014, I gave my life to Jesus Christ at the altar of a local church. Truth is, I've replaced needles, booze, and drugs with the love of Christ, and I continue to serve Him as long as I have breath. Truth is, I've graduated the Teen Challenge program, did a year-long internship, and I am now back out into society, doing good instead of evil. And truth is, even though I came from a broken home and a broken past, God has restored me and showed me His grace. I now have contentment with Jesus Christ.
The truth is, my husband entered and completed the Teen Challenge program. Although the year was extremely difficult, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to our marriage. We're more in love now than ever, and we work every day to keep Christ at the center of our lives. The truth is, after witnessing the almost immediate determination and faith in my husband, I too gave it all to Jesus and found freedom from my own addictions. I've been sober and smoke-free for over 5 years. The truth is, my husband is now the head of our family. I know that every morning he is prayed up to attack the day, and he is the husband that God set him out to be for me, and the father he was set out to be for our kids. The truth is that God wanted more from both of us. We learned to rely on Him in all things in our lives, and His faithfulness has blessed us beyond measure. The truth is that my husband now has a flourishing ministry, and he gets to share about what God does in his life and is continuing to do in our lives every day. Our kids are lovers of Jesus, and I get to give back every day as the administrative assistant of Teen Challenge Olympic Men's Center.
Truth is, I went to Teen Challenge in 2007 and placed my trust and my faith in the Lord that He would change and restore everything that was stolen from me. I gave my life over to the Lord just after 2 months that I was in the program. Truth is, my father tells me that he loves me and he's proud of me, something that I'd never heard before. Truth is, I met the love of my life while I was in Teen Challenge, and I prayed the Lord would bless me with somebody like my wife. Truth is, from the moment I saw her, I knew that she would be the jewel of the crown of my life. The Lord has blessed us with 2 beautiful children, Luciano and Clara. Truth is, I found employment in the kitchen at a Christian university where I vowed I would never go back into the kitchens again. I work now for the Lord, and I feed His flock. And I forge relationships with future pastors and missionaries and worship leaders and people that will go out there and change somebody's world because His ways are far above mine.
Truth is, I value my life in moments anchored in Christ. Truth is, not only am I allowed in my parents' house, I'm accepted into life again. Truth is, the God we left for dead is alive, and I've asked for forgiveness. Truth is, I'm 1 month from graduation Teen Challenge, and I get the pleasure of working with a Christian can't grant my son. Truth is, the Teen Challenge helped me repair my life through God, so I can be the father my son needs me to be.
Truth is, our former pastor's wife told my son about Teen Challenge, and he agreed to go. He didn't ask me if I would drive him there. Truth is, I had the joy of watching my son see his God for the first time in 4 years. And he has a great relationship with him. Truth is, my son graduated Teen Challenge program, finished an internship, acquired his GED, and went on to graduate from NBCC as an industrial electrician. Through this, every time I would visit my son at Teen Challenge program, I saw a God given a miracle by saving my son's life. And the truth is, because I witnessed in the miracle, I decided to change my life, and I am now a student in Teen Challenge program.
Yeah.